Here is the icon of the sport and future Hall of Famer. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome boxing's legendary and only 8-division champion of the world, introducing the one and only Manny Pacquiao.
This is the story of how a boy who fought for a single bowl of rice became the heartbeat of a nation. From the brutal poverty of General Santos to the bright lights of Las Vegas, this is the journey of Manny Pacquiao, the fighter who carried the hopes of a people on his shoulders. Manny Pacquiao's first opponent wasn't in a ring, it was starvation. Born into abject poverty, he went to bed hungry most nights. His single mother sometimes able to offer her 6 children only warm water.
I think you were one of six siblings?
Yeah, one of 6.
You said something though, you said every fight, every victory was a step further away from poverty.
Yes.
How much did that motivate you throughout your career, knowing where you came from?
Oh, all my fights, all my trainings has motivated me. It's give me motivation to overcome and win the fight because where we come from, that's my inspiration.
Yeah.
We don't have our own house, we don't have land, we don't have even food. We just, we have to work every day to make money to buy food.
Sometimes you eat, sometimes none. Like I just drink water to survive. Oh, it's really hard.
Hungry, sometimes we don't have food to eat one day and we just drink water.
Just drink water?
Just drink water.
When the food's not around, I mean, are you constantly thinking about food and thinking about how hungry you are?
Yes, of course. If we have money to buy food, it's I think it's not enough just for us. We just cook the food and then divide to all of us.
To survive, he sold donuts on the street and scraped fish guts at the market for a share of the catch.
So even we're too young to work, but we have to work. Like selling donuts, selling pandesal, selling flowers, just to earn money to buy food.
His world was also shadowed by the Civil War. At just 5, he witnessed a traumatic act of violence that forced his family to flee their mountain home. The turning point came at age 12. He heard that in boxing, even the loser got paid.
The story, the true story is why I get into boxing. The true story is that, like, because I want to help my family, I want to help my mother, and there's a boxing show in our place, and we heard that there's a prize. Even you lose, there's a prize. There's a money. So we decided with my friends that okay, we put our name there until we can fight, because even we lose, we earn money. So then that's the story. We fight and I won.
His gloves were crafted from old pans, and he fought in town fiestas as Kid Kulafu, named after the cheap wine bottles he recycled for pennies. He wasn't chasing glory, he was chasing a full stomach.
When I started in boxing, I will tell you this. I was 16 years old, and I'm applying a license for a professional boxing. But they told me, where is your birth certificate? You cannot turn professional until you are 18 years old. Okay, 18 years old. And I said, I was 16 years old, and I said, I'm 18 years old, mom. I'm 18 years old. And then I just turning 18 years old December 17, and my fight is January 25, 1995. Then I just turning 18 years old. And then oh, where's your birth certificate? And that time we don't have airmail or email. We don't have phone. So, oh, mom, can we just to follow the birth certificate, because I will get my birth certificate in Mindanao, which is far away in the province.
A stowaway at 14, lying about his age to turn pro at 16, the raw, relentless brawler quickly notched 11 wins. But without discipline, he fell, knocked out in his 12th fight.
In trouble, but they are exchanging big punches. That goes the bell. End of round number 2. We're gonna carry the fight to Pacquiao. Oh! Pacquiao out. He's out. It's over. Oh my gosh! It's over. Manny Pacquiao. It's over. Cannot get up on time. It's over. It's over. Manny Pacquiao. One punch, and his eyes are crossed. His eyes are crossed. Torre Campo.
It was a shock that forced him to recommit. He honed his craft, winning a world title at flyweight by 19. But his true destiny began in 2001, when the unpolished diamond wandered into Freddie Roach's wildcard gym. Roach saw past the wild, one-handed, left-handed aggression. He saw terrifying potential. Under Roach's tutelage, Pacquiao was rebuilt. He learned footwork, how to use his right hand and to box as well as brawl. The result was a force of nature.
You never know who's going to walk through the door.
Right.
2001, Manny Pacquiao walks through the door.
Yes.
What did you know about Manny?
Nothing. Didn't even know who he was. Can I help you? He's a little guy walking in, 112-pound former world champion who had lost that title, getting knocked out by a body shot. He says, well, we hear you're pretty good at catching with the mitts. And I says, I can catch. And he says, well, you want to work out together? I said, yeah, no problem. So after one round of mitts with Manny Pacquiao, I says, wow, this kid can fight, because he had speed and he had power. And it's very, very hard to get those two together.
At that size?
Yeah, especially at that size. And I said, because I asked Pacquiao, I said, well, you know, did you go to any other gyms before this one? He says, Freddie, I started in New York and I came across the country and I stopped at every gym I could. And everyone else turned me down. I says, what? And so I called up Top Rank. I says, you know, I got this guy named Pacquiao. I was talking to Bob Arum. And Bob Arum says, yeah, we passed on him. I said, why would you pass on him? He says, Freddie, he's a small weight class. He's not going to make no money. I says, Bob, I said, no, this guy can really fight. He says, you're crazy. So we started working together. Everything was going really well. And then he was about to go home, but right at that time, Ledwaba was the world champion from South Africa, and his opponent had gotten sick and pulled out of the fight. Manny was the next available opponent.
What are you thinking?
I told all the Top Rank employees, I said, okay, now you can make the bet of a lifetime right now. I says, bet on Pacquiao, he's 60 to 1. I mean, you can't get a better odds than this, I'm telling them. And they said, Freddie, your guy's gonna get killed. I said, what are you, crazy? I said, I'm telling you, this kid is special. And they says, Freddie, Ledwaba's like the best 122-pounder in the world. I says, no, he's not. I says, he's second best. And
he goes into this fight as a 60 to 1 underdog, and the announcers don't even know how to pronounce his name.
This is true.
So it's the southpaw Pacquiao against the conventional fighter Ledwaba.
Pacquiao.
Say Pacquiao.
Pacquiao should fight here. He shouldn't try to get into a boxing match with this master boxer from South Africa.
He took this fight on only 2 weeks' notice, only came here to America 10 days ago, and he is banging Ledwaba right now.
I want you to start using your feints and your head movement. Okay. All right? Just like in the locker room, you hear me? Okay.
Almost a resignation in the eyes of Ledwaba.
Yeah, and Joe Cortez has seen enough. That's a TKO victory for the very impressive Manny Pacquiao.
I had never seen him. I frankly had never heard of him. But I've seen and heard of him now.
And you want to see him again?
I want to see him again.
I do too.
In 2003, he announced himself to the world by dismantling the great Mexican legend Marco Antonio Barrera.
And the rhythm and the movement of Pacquiao. The punches, and Pacquiao is smart. He's not really throwing hard punches now.
The boxing world.
Sure will.
Barrera is one of the highest regarded fighters in the world.
I don't think it's going to change neither.
You fight with Eric Morales will ever happen for Barrera?
And Marco has to hope that he'll catch Pacquiao coming in with something big. And he'll try. Big punches from Pacquiao.
Been one of the most entertaining fighters in the world. One of the most complete fighters in the world.
One of the most knocked down fighters in the world right at this moment. Firing combinations and landing them. And he backs Barrera into the ropes and hammers him again.
But never just a one-punch fighter.
Right.
I don't think that's what
punishment. Left hand to the body weakens opponents. He hasn't landed that left hand to the body enough.
Not quite as much power in his weight class.
Good to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes in round number 11. The official time, 2 minutes, 56 seconds as referee Lawrence Cole calls a halt to the action. The winner and new featherweight champion of the world, Manny Pacquiao.
Boxing's new king had arrived, and an era of legendary rivalries was about to begin.
I came to Wildcard Gym and I met Freddie. Freddie was young. He was young back then. He's still young now.
You know, when Manny walked into the gym in the Wildcard, he came in with a couple of managers, and they asked me, they said, we heard that you're pretty good on the mitts. And they wanted me to do mitts with Manny.
After a couple rounds, he likes me because I punch hard. He said, I punch hard, and I like the way he do mitts, and I like the way he train.
You know, what stood out about Manny is that I never saw somebody that had power and speed. I saw guys with power before, and I saw guys with speed before, but I never saw a fighter that had both like him. After one round, I went over to my people and I said, wow, can this guy fight? And he went over and said, we have a new trainer. Then, of course, the Waba fight came up.
When we heard the notice 2 weeks before the fight, he's worried a little bit because 2 weeks preparation before the fight, and it's a championship fight. But the thing is, I told him that I just finished my fight in the Philippines, so nothing to worry because I'm in shape.
I told everyone about this new guy I have. I said he's going to be a superstar, and they're all laughing at me. All the top rank guys say, you know, you're going to get killed. I said, no. I said, watch this guy. He's something special.
Marquez is no sparring partner. Pacquiao
knocks your ass for sparring partners at the range and get the rhythm.
Deafening. Back in the middle by Marquez as he did on a quick left hook there.
Pacquiao's rise was cemented in blood and rivalry with Mexico's finest. His battle with Juan Manuel Marquez became a 4-act epic of pain and vengeance. In their first fight, Pacquiao knocked Marquez down 3 times in the first round, only for the technician to climb off the canvas and battle to a draw.
That's another huge left, and another big one.
But he's not getting him at all.
Well, Marquez would have wanted.
Marquez is showing tremendous heart and determination. Pacquiao coming at Marquez like a typhoon.
Knockdown. Here's the second one. And at this point, it was as much speed befuddling Marquez.
Well, Marquez came out and tried to make a statement. He's the big...
Marco Beristain, one of the very best in the business, tried to use that minute effectively.
This was simply move his head without any nose.
Befuddling Marquez.
Been watching Mendes fight,
but nothing in the first 5. Fire against fire. Stretch.
Their subsequent fights were nail-biting, controversial classics, building to a terrifying climax in 2012. Seeking a definitive end, Pacquiao pressed forward and walked into a counter right hand that knocked him unconscious, face first on.
Here you see this is a looping shot. So that's the shot, bam, right on the button. That the weightlifter definitely will help you with.
That's the hardest and most dramatic.
It was a devastating, career-altering loss. Yet, it was the trilogy with Eric Morales that showed his heart. After a loss in their first bout, a determined Pacquiao, forced by Roach to master his right hand, returned for vengeance. He stopped El Terrible in a brutal 10-round rematch and then emphatically knocked him out in 3 rounds in the finale.
Punches at the rope. And when they trade punches, Morales takes a gamble with Pacquiao's strength and power.
Years later, Pacquiao would even name Morales, not Mayweather, among his toughest opponents, criticizing Mayweather for a boring tactical fight.
That's why Manny Pacquiao, after Marquez knocked him out, Freddie Roach said, I want you to take a year off. That was a bad knockout.
Marquez is a bad man.
He's a bad man. And it looked like he was on all the good stuff. It looks like his piss would melt the styrofoam cup. If they drug tested him, it would ding like a carnival bell. Like one of them Bugs Bunny ones where he's got the big mallet.
The best fighter I fought probably was Manny Pacquiao because of his movement.
But you made it look easy.
But he's a hell of a fighter, and I can see why he won so many fights, and I can see why he's going down as a Hall of Famer. It's just certain moves that he made.
But Manny Pacquiao long ago transcended sport. The boy who left school in the 6th grade, earned his high school diploma, and took university courses. The fighter became congressman, then Senator Pacquiao, navigating the complex world of Philippine politics. His wealth became a tool for his people. After every fight, trucks of rice and sardines would roll into his hometown. He funded hospitals, housing projects, and livelihood programs. Yet this dual life drew criticism. Detractors said he neglected his political duties. His personal life faced turmoil, with his marriage strained by fame's temptations before a renewed dedication to faith and family. Trainer Freddie Roach even lamented that Pacquiao lost his killer instinct, now preferring to win without causing harm. The people's champ was a complex, evolving figure, a national symbol shouldering impossible expectations.
How much interest do you have in one day being president of the Philippines? I know people have talked about it a lot before, obviously.
I don't have that in my mind. Right now, I'm happy being a congressman, being a public servant, but thinking about the higher position is, I don't have that yet in my mind right now. If it is God's will, you know, who can say no? I'm happy helping people, and if your intention is good and honestly serving people, then God will help you into a big purpose.
The fire never dies. In 2025, after a 4-year retirement, the 46-year-old legend returned to challenge a champion 16 years his junior. Against all odds, he fought brilliantly, appearing to win on most scorecards, only for the judges to rule a controversial draw, robbing him of a historic title.
Is a majority draw.
The boxing world erupted in fury, declaring he was robbed. Yet the result was almost irrelevant. He proved the Pac-Man spirit, the heart forged in hunger, still burned.
Manny, the fans came out for you again tonight, but describe what you thought of the judge's decision.
I mean, I thought I won by split decision, like, you know, it was fine, but I thought I won.
You didn't look like a 46-year-old tonight. How did you feel inside the ring?
I feel good, like, you know, I feel happy, like, 2 months training, like, it was short, but it's enough. Like, I mean, I want to train like 3 months or 2 months, but I start late because of the election in the country.
Today, talks of a Mayweather rematch are met with fan disdain for a soulless money grab. But Pacquiao's legacy is already immortal. He is not the untouchable technician. He is the human whirlwind, the symbol of hope, who proved that poverty is a challenge, not a life sentence. His story is the ultimate celebration of relentless will. He fought for food, then for glory, then for his people. In every ring, in every weight class, he carried the dream that anyone from nowhere can rise to the top. Was Manny Pacquiao's willingness to face the toughest challenges more defining than an undefeated record? Does his impact outside the ring surpass his historic achievements inside it? Debate in the comments, subscribe to Celebrate Men, and tell us which global sports icon we should celebrate next.